He's the indispensable man.
Hello and good evening and welcome back. Star Trek The Next Generation Season 3, Episode 20, Tin Man. First aired back in 1990, but here in 2026 on Live Login Podcast, we're just getting started. Whether you're joining us live here on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, or catching the audio version, wherever you get your audio podcasts, or video podcasts for that matter, our mission to rewatch every episode of TNG continues. One telepathic crisis, one living starship, and one Romulan standoff at a time. And happy Family Day to all those who celebrate. And now, this is your captain speaking, a man so attuned to the emotional subspace currents that he's never stopped singing old drinking songs, or you'd assume a telepathic alien bioship had taken control. I'm your host, Dave Mader. And we have a great panel here for Family Day, at least in Ontario. It's not a federal holiday. Coming in first, stylish, sharp, and tuned into the emotional core. She's watching the fragile connection between Tam Elbrun and Gomtuu, the loneliness, the longing. And this episode explores what it really means to be truly seen. It is Heather Narduzzi.
Hello, happy to be here. And I'd just like to point out that that is the wrong banner at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, that's Starfleet Academy.
Jody, what are you doing?
I didn't do anything. Don't even try.
Well, thank you for correcting me. That was now the correct banner is
happy
up.
To help.
Banner malfunctions here. We are having
Thank God, because I didn't want to do the other one.
Oh, good. I don't. Yeah, that was the old Academy banner I had up. Our technologist and cynic in chief this week, he's questioned the logic of me, among other things, but also of a living starship, the Romulans' tactical blunders, and whether Starfleet should have seen this telepathic meltdown coming a parsec away. It's Jody Simpson, everyone.
Indeed. And I just want a little food for thought. What if Troy and this guy were reversed and he was the counselor on their ship? He'd be way more useful.
Oh, he's a little too sensitive. I think his powers would be very...
But he knew what everybody was thinking.
A little before they...
Troy never does.
Yeah. That would get annoying as, I guess as a party trick. Also joining us here tonight, of course, he's tracking the power dynamics between Starfleet, the Romulans, Tam Elbrun, and Gomtuu himself or itself. If someone's manipulating the situation, he's already spotted the angle. Adam Woodward.
Hey guys, there is a lot of manipulation in this particular show, if you call it.
Manipulation. There's some telepathic business. Good to see y'all here tonight. Glad to, Justin Velociraptor was supposed to be with us, but he could not make it. And of course, we're talking Next Generation here, as always. The 68th episode overall of this series that aired back on April 23rd, 1990, written by Dennis Putman Bailey and David Bischoff, directed by Robert Shearer. So Tam Elbrun, a Betazoid character. I just got to tell you, everyone, right off the bat, I was just very satisfied, nostalgic for a Betazoids with black contact lenses in. This new Starfleet Academy show, Jody, as you know, I don't know if you've seen Heather, the Betazoids are not always wearing the black contact lenses.
Boo.
Boo.
I like the black lenses.
Me too. I'm like, that's the only thing that makes them Betazoids. That's the only thing that made them different than the
Yeah,
humans.
otherwise indistinguishable from humans.
Well, it's what they've gone with the new era, but I digress. How was this for everyone? Heather, how did you enjoy this episode?
Well, it's one that I usually skip when I'm watching Next Gen, and I rewatched it for our show because everybody was like, "Oh, I love this episode. It's so good." And I rewatched it, and it's still a skipper for me. Although I don't think it's a bad episode, and it does deal with a lot of, the type of questions that we love about Star Trek. What is humanity? What's important? And what is, consciousness and life? So I do like that aspect of it, but I mean, it's all right. I'm eager to hear what you all think about it.
Yeah, me too. Well, thanks, Heather. Jody, is this a skipper or is this a banger?
So I remember liking this episode more. And when I actually watched it, I was like, why did I like this episode? And at this point, I don't have an answer yet, but hopefully I'll have one by the end of the episode.
That's a good point. Sam says, I forget about this episode, but it's because there are so many iconic season 3 episodes.
Yeah, like if you're comparing this episode to the rest of season 3, this is up there with like Troy having a baby.
This would be a really solid season 1 or season 2 episode.
Well, yeah, season 2. Like this is like up there with Troy's baby, the beginning of season 2.
My dad will, when I can track him down, whoever knows where he is. So.
Yeah, that's not an easy, you know how wanted he is? Like
very highly wanted, as are all maters everywhere.
In demand.
True, yes.
In demand.
All maters are in demand.
Mater mania persists. Adam Woodward, is this an episode? Like, I don't know really your feelings on this episode. Do you like? Now I know you had to watch it 2 weeks in a row because we canceled last week, and you were,
I still enjoy this episode. I think it's it's reflective on a lot of, first of all, belonging and finding peace in life, and and as far as Tam, I also thought Riker. I'm going to tell you guys, Riker keeps pissing me off this season. Like
season 3 Riker is a bit.
He is very judgmental.
Yeah,
I think he's not showing captainship, or patience, or anyway. We'll talk more about it when we get to.
Well, and it's almost. I almost wonder if it's a conscious decision, and it's like he knows what's coming up, and it's like he's going to eventually be put in command at one point. So.
What's the problem with Riker in this episode?
He's an ass.
He is an ass. Like they have a mission. End of story. Right?
But a couple of his academy classmates.
Doesn't matter, Dave.
They died under his watch, and Riker holds resentment.
But Riker doesn't know the full story, and he shouldn't. No. He's judgmental again, and
he's keeping his thoughts to himself. Mostly, and to Jody. Otherwise, it's interesting that they kept bringing that dynamic in here, Jody and Riker talking about this particular incident. But yeah, Riker was a little, short with the whole situation. He's a little judgy, which I'm never a fan of. But
and you look at Tam. I mean, the guy has a lot going on. Like, can you imagine every voice, every conversation, hearing it? It would be unbelievably hard to sort through that.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. My thoughts on this episode is like watching. I get that the story itself is a little. There's something that's a little lacking for me too in this episode. However, I really enjoy it as well. I really find Tam Elbrun to be a really interesting character for me. He's somebody I weirdly empathize with a lot. Like he's not my personality, but I really feel myself in his shoes. This person who's maybe overstimulated by the world he was born into, and the metaphor of it and what they're trying to say. And I feel like the performance of the actor who plays him, Michael Kavanagh. Peter Voigt. No, sorry. Harry Groner. I'm sorry. I was reading every guest star's name except for him. Harry Groner. He is really strong in this one for me. He has a real like empathy that I really empathize with. Like I think comes across in the performance a lot. I think also this episode as a concept of a spaceborne alien living in, like this is the first episode I think that really introduces this idea. I don't remember a next gen episode or an original series episode up to this point having done that.
Well, they started with like Encounter Farpoint. I mean, those
Encounter. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Encounter and Farpoint, but
crystalline entity as well.
The crystalline entity. Okay, you got me. There's been a couple, but I guess also this idea of like a crew living inside of the ship too. Yes. That's also what makes this a little different. Different. Like they reference the Borg in this episode. Like they're like cybernetic, like the Borg. No, different. Living, born in space, maybe from another galaxy altogether. I think there's some really imaginative sci-fi stuff here. Although it, a lot of that gets sort of overshadowed by the drama of Tam Elbrun's sort of backstory with Riker, which is that he's, I guess, to set up this idea that can we fully trust Tam Elbrun? Captain Picard says out loud, I don't think I can. I don't think I can trust you. He says this to his face, because we see that at one point the Romulans are attacking Tin Man, going after him, and he calls out to the alien and gets them destroyed. He killed, and so nearly destroys the Enterprise in the process, right? So there's a lot of drama there. So I think that I'm along for this ride every time. I think in particular, I think that I was feeling it more. Okay, there's 2 Romulan ships. They might have to go to battle with the Romulans over this. Like Picard's like, we'll die to protect this alien we just met. Like we're not like, this is what we're out here to do. This is what Starfleet's about. So I think there's a lot of strong stuff. And I think that even this idea of Tam Elbrun as this overstimulated betazoid is also really fun in this episode. We don't know a ton about the betazoids. Like we're just getting to know them. Really, Loxana and Deanna are the only 2 that we know.
You know what I think they didn't do in this for Tam in this writing was they didn't show the value of him very well. They came out of the gate saying he's a weirdo essentially, and responsible for a disaster. But is that true? We don't know. He is an interesting character, Dave, and I don't think we get to know him enough.
Yeah, well, I'm with you. Anyway, any other thoughts before we jump into screenshots?
Hey guys, Just go ahead. I have to step away for one moment. I'll be right back.
You got it, Adam. All right. Well, let's jump in and talk through the plot. So the Enterprise is en route to meet up with USS Hood, Riker and Geordi's former ship. They are not sure what's up here. It's kind of, it's a little bit out of the ordinary for the USS Hood not to, have hailed them at this point, kind of sneaking up on them, if you will. But then Captain DeSoto, Riker's old CO, calls over and says, he's an interesting character. I don't know if we see him again after this. I think this is his one and done. The captain of the USS Hood, an Excelsior class vessel, who Picard refers to as an old friend. And, he's not, he's B tier captain, right? He's like, if Picard is like an elite A tier captain, DeSoto, not like he's not a garbage scout captain, but he's
close though. I think he's probably a C or a D tier.
He's middle management, maybe pushing it,
Yeah. It sounds like they have him just running from starbase to starbase,
hauling his butt from starbase to starbase is the direct quote. And Deanna seems familiar with him. Everyone loves DeSoto. He's a great guy.
Who doesn't like DeSoto?
No,
what's not to love?
What's not to like about DeSoto? Come on.
Very affable. But
even Riker likes him.
I don't like DeSoto.
You don't like DeSoto?
No. Like this whole small talk crap. Hey, Will, driving around that luxury liner. Like, I mean, come on. Like, I would have liked more time on Tam, honestly, on this. Like,
well, did we actually see this guy's ship?
Yeah, we see from the outside,
class.
Excelsior.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's Riker, and it's Riker and Geordi's old ship. Like Riker was the first officer of this ship before he came to the Enterprise. So they're building that into the show.
Apparently, Picard and DeSoto were lieutenants together coming up, and
I get the idea that DeSoto's younger than Picard, but maybe.
Well,
but maybe not. Maybe they're the same age. I don't know. Old friend, he says. He hauls his butt from starbase to starbase. Anyway, so they have they mentioned Tam Elbrun is here.
But not today.
Which is the whole thing. And he's with Tam Elbrun that got all my friends killed. Oh, the same. And then Deanna has a look, and Riker and Deanna are reacting to it here. But the orders can't be given over subspace. They have to be given in person, like on a microchip thing. And so Riker, so Picard goes down to meet Tam Elbrun along with Data in the transporter room, and Deanna asks to come, mentioning she knows Tam Elbrun from the old days at the the one and only university on all of Beta Z. And she
college university.
Was he a colleague? He asks, and no, he was my patient.
See what happens to patient confidentiality here too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's been established that Troy's counseling rules are pretty loosey-goosey.
There's a different set of ethics on Beta Z, I think. And so it's all good. And here we are, a patient, you say. That can't be good. A sign of an unstable mission specialist, perhaps, coming along here. A civilian, too, like not a Starfleet officer in any means. Jody, of course, we get the title card here, Tin Man. And the Excelsior class USS Hood is on screen there. You'll get a closer look later on. But
here's another thing about this episode. Do you like the title?
No.
I think it's.
I don't love it. I don't hate it. Like I'm kind of. It's what it is.
I think they could have done better.
Could have done better. Should have sent that back to the drafts. Like, hey, we're thinking Tin Man is the title. Say maybe.
Like it's basically a big turd in space. Could you have not called it something else?
Space poo.
Like, where does the tin part come from? I don't get it.
I guess this idea, I don't know. Tin Man's not a great moniker.
Is it? I don't, if it's a reference to the Wizard of Oz, I don't understand how it ties in.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have a heart. The Tin Man didn't have a heart, and then Tam Elbrun is the heart that goes in. We solved it, everyone.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my God! See, we're helping.
By that point, Dave. Unfortunately, by that point, they switched over his real name, Gomtuu, so it didn't work out.
Yeah, well, I like Gomtuu better too. They should have just called the episode Gomtuu.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we find out. So Picard and Troy and Data have this walk and talk from the bridge down to the transporter room, mentioning that Tam Elbrum's abilities as a Betazoid are incredibly strong. That but he's a little bit eccentric. I don't think everything's been explained yet at this point. And hey, O'Brien's back. We haven't seen him in a minute on the show, but he was all over season 2. I haven't seen as much of O'Brien here in season 3.
This is pre-torture O'Brien, isn't it?
Yeah, he's pretty well adjusted. This is well adjusted O'Brien before suffering.
This is before he suffered, being married to Keiko and all those other things.
Well, don't you say that about Keiko. Keiko was a fine
Keiko
woman.
sucks.
Don't you be going after Keiko. She's got Sabar and Bajor and plans.
Oh, she's bloody annoying.
And Molly. Anyway, let's talk about Tam Elbrun. I'm not getting into a Molly or a Keiko O'Brien.
I guess.
I'll fight you about Keiko later, Jody.
That's fine.
I can't get into this at the moment. Anyway, so then we got Tam Elbrun dressed. I don't know. Like it's interesting the outfit.
I believe this was a reuse of one of Prince's outfits from one of his videos.
Prince would never wear this.
That's true. He would never.
It's not purple. It's not purple, and especially from that era, everything was purple.
It's not cool enough. Anyway,
no, it is not.
Anyway, Tam's here, everyone, to meet, and he already knows Picard's name and what he's going to say next, and Picard gets all annoyed with him for. Being he comes across as like somebody who's arrogant and doesn't want to be liked and is the smartest person in the room, but he's not smart because he's book smart as much as he's knows what everyone's thinking at all times. He's a step ahead.
Knowing this character though, when you watch it another time, you actually know that he's suffering. He's suffering a hell of a lot. Like he's constantly hearing everybody, and instead of being, his empathic abilities were turned off when he was born. His were actually turned on. So it's, he hasn't had a chance to suppress them. It's just everything's always. So in a way, I kind of look at this as better knowing that he comes off as an asshole, but dude's going through a lot.
Well, they kind of explain it as a defense mechanism, and it's something he does as well. He's an interesting character. I think it was an interesting choice to do a character like this in like a 1990s show, right? Like, I think I was trying to put myself in the time that this comes out and it was airing in, and I think he's an interesting character for the time, and even looking back on for me. And then his relationship with Deanna is very warm. They clearly, as much as he clearly knows what she's thinking at all times, she probably never thinks anything negative. Like she's a very pure soul who is, well-meaning and good. And, he senses that, not like Riker, who he's less of a fan of, but who he really enjoys is Data. And I always think of this as a Troy episode, but it's really kind of a Data episode.
It's more of a Data episode, if anything.
Because it becomes all about this relationship between Tam Elbrun and Data, largely in the episode, that he can't sense Data's thoughts, he can't read his mind. Therefore, he's very refreshing to Tam. But so what is the holodeck, right? And other things like that, presumably. But Data's a true sentient being, so maybe that's a little bit different. There's kind of an interesting dynamic there. And Tam's clearly hearing the thoughts of 1,000 people on board the ship, and Picard's not super impressed with Tam off their first meeting and coming along here. Then we get the whole backstory explained exposition here with Riker and Jody, where Riker explains to Jody that the incident on Garushta and what happened here with Tam Elbrun got 50 people killed or something. 47. Oh yeah, it's a 47 reference. How could I have forgotten that?
Obviously.
A 47 reference. Garushta happens here, and two of Riker's classmates, and he's like, if he's such a powerful telepath, how come he couldn't see that coming? How come he couldn't sense that hostility? It doesn't make sense, So he's very skeptical of it, the whole thing. And is there anything else about that scene that I'm forgetting? I think that's about it.
But again, this is where it's kind of cool about Next Gen is that they don't have to explain everything. And we don't. I've got some fun facts on Garushta later, but it's still not a lot. And I like how in Next Gen they drop things that we don't need to know the whole story. Something bad happened. We know that 47 people died. Tam Elbrun was there, and that's all we know right now.
Right. Yeah. There's another look at that ship, Jody, if you wanted one.
It's a good looking one. I like it. Yeah. Gives me that Star Trek 6 vibe.
Star Trek 6. Or even going back to Star Trek 3 with the original Excelsior.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, they're taking off. See you later. I think that they could have came, but maybe they're not as fast as the USS Enterprise that needs to get out to this top secret mission that's on this isolinear chip that has been given by Tam Elbrun, which Data and Jody and Riker start unpacking here about they need to go to this far distant sector, right? It's kind of outside of normal Federation space, and and so they have to come in, and then we flash forward to this this briefing scene in the observation lounge where Data's starting to explain things, and Tam gets all impatient and he pushes the button for Data, and the PowerPoint goes right to showing us Tin Man, as he's codenamed at this point, the living space being. And this was I always thought this was a really cool idea the first time this is introduced. I know they've done a lot of, there was also the idea of the crystalline entity in them, but like a spaceship, you could actually walk the corridors, there'd be a crew on board, and how this is being explained in this. I think it's actually a pretty good techno babble scene, which explains a lot of the specifics of what the mission is, what they need to do, what Tin Man is, Gomtuu is, and everything else. How there's actually an internal structure and atmosphere inside, and then they're talking about it all, and then they get into the Romulans. Oh yeah, the Romulans are coming. They're sending 2 ships, and the Enterprise is technically faster.
Look at that look on Riker's face. It's like, I don't like anything that's going on right now.
Yeah, he's like, Picard, what are you going to figure out? This guy sucks. And this mission is dumb. Can we just get on with it? Anyway.
But again, he's got more intel than they do without him.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know?
So they're preparing for that, and they're heading out here. They're going to try to get to Tin Man first, and I'm trying to think what else is said in this scene.
Not much.
Oh, well, there's this whole fight here, right? We're like, I don't care if you think that's true or not, Riker. You know?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because he's listening to what Riker's thinking, right?
All right. I should have brought up the Romulans earlier, but I was distracted. And no, Billy boy, I wasn't distracted on Garushta. If Darson had listened to me, no one would have died. No? I don't care whether you believe that or not.
Doesn't care if you believe it or not. Then it gets pretty awkward in the room. So anyway, it's tense here with everyone was not taking Riker's side by the sounds of it coming into the opening here tonight. Dr. Crusher has her wanted very only brief scene in this episode where she gets to explain to Captain Picard what makes Tam Elbrun different than other Betazoids. The fact that he was born, well, it's actually more Troy that explains this, but they have to give Crusher something to do in this episode. So this could have just been really a Troy and Picard only scene.
We see Picard here doing his teapot impression.
Yes, I am a teapot, short and stout. Anyway, have a good one, Sam. Thanks for the rating.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, but you feel for this guy, this idea that he was born with this switched on, hearing everybody's thoughts all the time, what that would be like to be born with that, like, or growing up with that would be.
So if you're a parent, imagine a toddler coming up to you constantly and talking to you. Right. And this guy has it all the time with everyone.
Well, before you can even talk, before you even know what words are, right? So
he's got all this crap going on in his head.
Right, because most Betazoids, they have to grow up, they learn how to talk, and then they learn telepathy.
And apparently they stick a thing to their side. And...
That's an academy. Who knows if that's invented yet at this point? But that's a good point. Sometimes they don't have black.
Maybe that's the reason why they needed an academy.
Maybe
is to avoid stuff like that.
Anyway, there's this whole scene later on the bridge. It's with Data in command. Riker and Picard are not here. And basically, Worf is tracking some kind of weird sensor glitch. It turns out to be a cloaked Romulan ship.
Obviously.
A Romulan ship that's trying so hard to beat them to this particular system that its cloak is not working as well.
Yeah.
So Data orders like a whole... Let's keep an eye on that. But then he doesn't seem to tell Picard and Riker about it. So a little bit of a gap there for me.
He's in charge.
Yeah. Like, what could do that? And maybe a cloak that's not so perfect.
Would have been awesome if Data was like, "Shut up, Wesley."
Yeah. All these yellow shirts figuring it out. What to do. Anyway, that's it's a long scene just to basically establish that the Romulans are coming.
What is with these like horizontal pleated pants this guy keeps wearing?
You know what? It's his style. It's not Prince, but it's what he's trying. He's trying something different. Maybe the belt is my.
I think that's what hammer pants look like when they're ironed.
Yeah, it's almost like, I don't know, like he's from the Robin Hood times or something. It's almost like in that vein for me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
never mind his outfit. His hair is crazy.
Well, he's crazy. So
it's peak 80s hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talk about the women's 80s hair, but like I think the men's 80s hair doesn't get discussed enough. And like what some
brushed out curl.
Yeah, it's like a kind of a comb over kind of a thing. I don't know what the hell is happening with it.
Actually, you show when he was coming into the transporter room, he's going bald. You can see there's a bit of a comb over going on.
Yeah, but he
has all these problems, and on top of that, he's got male pattern baldness as well,
and this kind of curly hair.
This guy's got a horrible life.
But it's also got this volume to it that and like sort of a weight in the body. Anyway, it's a whole thing.
He's a light ginger.
Troy's here to check out his hair and to talk to him. And she's like, that is, she's like, I thought I had the do, but you really have brought it to a whole new level on the ship. He's talking about his winning personality. No one likes it. And she's like, why do you get people to dislike you or to try? Why do you push people away?
Because I'm not a nice man.
I'm not a nice man, but she doesn't think that's true. And it quickly kind of goes into this like therapist patient sort of dynamic, that's, they get back into from years ago when she was, his therapist. And what he's been up to, that he went to this planet with these aliens that had
The
beautiful
Chandras.
the Chandra sounded like a nice place.
He described something like how they have a two-day ceremony for saying hello.
Right.
And
it sounds nice. And like
and the other thing that I really like how he describes them as their minds are glacial, and that just seems appealing to me. Somebody who's very, well, I guess icy. I guess it would be really.
I've never quite understood what that meant. Like, what does it have a glacial?
We can't say ice anymore.
I think that, yeah, it's icy, right? I mean, but it's also, they're aloof. They don't have a lot of outward emotion. I don't think.
Ice baby, yeah.
Hard to get through.
But I think it eventually gets into a conversation about Tin Man, Gomtuu, right? And that, like, why did you take this mission? And she eventually says, you can't possibly be in contact with this alien from this far away. We're light years away. That's not possible for you. But he kind of says, yes, it is possible. And I don't know. I like the scene. I think it holds up. I think that they both bring it pretty well in this.
But at this scene, it's really her responsibility to advise him to go talk to the captain, or her to do it herself. Like,
which she doesn't do. Yeah, that's not. Anyway. Later on, they're approaching the system. We got Picard and Riker, and they say, "Oh, let's call up Tam and get him up here." But then, of course, he's already on his way to the bridge. And they scan Gomtuu here. Is it's kind of a cool moment when they get to see this thing sort of with their own view screen from somewhat far away. Here comes Tam, and then all of a sudden, I think the Romulans show up pretty quickly after this. Once they arrive, they start, they try to hail them. They try to talk to them, but they don't want to talk. They actually attack the Enterprise. They shoot at it and disable it somewhat temporarily. I think that it's interesting here for me with Tam too, because he plays this tortured character who's empathizing with the alien, but also feeling sort of the thoughts of everybody here on the bridge and all at once and all of the ship. As they're going to get rocked around here by the Romulans. There are two Romulan ships, but this is the one that burned out their entire warp coils. They couldn't even get home after this. That's how fast they had to burn their engines out to catch up here to the Enterprise. And they still only got here like shortly after. The Enterprise got here still a little bit ahead of them, with all that in mind. But the Enterprise is far from home as well. Enterprise is out here on their own. They have the USS Hood is not going to come, I guess, to their rescue, probably, at this rate. So they know that the Romulans are out there trying to talk to them, and they have to get their systems back online.
Look at Tam there. That's a great picture.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is where he was calling out that this was the Romulan ship that was sent ahead to establish first contact at all by any means necessary. They're here to win the race. And Picard's not so worried about losing the race. But then Jody has to get the ship back online, and Picard's, on his ass and saying, hey, I need this back in 10 minutes. And Jody says, how about 2 hours? And he says no.
But again, Picard didn't take a cue here, very well, because, he asked Tam whether how do you know? Because he read the mind of the Romulan, on the way through. That's pretty intense. He knows a lot of what's going on.
He does.
And it's a huge asset that he doesn't take advantage of, in my opinion.
Yeah, right. Well, this is also I guess because the Romulans are here involved, I guess the Federation does have a duty to sort of look out for the Federation's interests. But it's the mission is kind of complicated, and we see here that Tam's got the headache. I'm trying to. What else? Is this where they were kind of watching what the Romulans were doing? they have a little break where they're trying to get the systems back online. There's a scene here in Data's quarters, which I don't know if we've seen recently, like at least in season 3. I feel like this was a redress. It's much brighter than I remember it being.
Definitely brighter.
And a different angle here as well. But it's, he
I
got
think it is his quarters, though, because we've seen him before.
But they establish here that his workstation here in his quarters is just much faster than like all the other stations on the ship that are used by dumb humanoids like us who can't go quite as fast as Data can.
Idiots.
Yeah. Anyway, and we see here that Tam is like looking around Data's quarters, checking out his paintings and things like that.
But again, he doesn't ask.
He doesn't ask.
I knowing Data, I think it's almost like he pulled a Pulaski here.
Well, I think with Tam, right, because he's so used to being able to read people's thoughts. Like, so if someone was like bothered by him looking under the painting, he would know right away. So he wouldn't need for somebody to tell him that, right? But because he's dealing with Data here, it's a little bit of a different situation than he would be accustomed to. Maybe the mechanism he relies on to avoid that kind of thing is not as attuned as it would be. I think that the other thing interesting about this conversation here with Tam and Data in this scene was that they talk about what's the point of being. Is it like to care for somebody else? This Data says, is that the point of being? And Tam says it is for me. I think that comes back later when they get inside of Gomtuu.
And Dave,
right?
what we didn't talk about too is that the conversation with Deanna is like he left the Chandrins where he was very peaceful and able to manage his emotion and to go here. So he knew he was going to be dealing with all of this.
Right. Yeah. It's a whole day here on the Enterprise.
Oh yeah, did we mention that the star is going to explode? Maybe that was when I was off.
Oh yeah, no, we haven't mentioned that. I'm sorry. Yeah, the star is going to explode as well, and kill everybody here in the solar system. Because the Enterprise doesn't have warp engines, that's a problem.
Always a problem.
In case they have to get away faster than light, which I guess not quite, a little bit faster than what a supernova is, but it's going bad here. So they realize that the Romulans are going to attack Gomtuu if they can't establish first contact first. If they can't allow Starfleet in the Federation to get here first. Mm-hmm. So they try to hail them, but Tam's like, that won't work, and he pushes Picard out of the way on his own bridge, and I don't know why he had to be at the front of the room to do this telepathic call, but he's just like, shut up, Picard.
Hey, at least he can do it.
He can do it.
Deanna never does it.
And he's like, danger, Gomtuu, danger. You must pull back. And so Gomtuu's like, oh, okay, got it. And
he's like, no problem. Let me pull
no problem. Like this big armadillo in space goes nuclear and sprays out here like a big shockwave right next to the star that obliterates the Romulan warbird like nothing. And
that'll teach them dirty guys.
We show them we burned out their engines,
yeah.
and then the shockwave hits the Enterprise, which is further away than the Romulan ship, but still messes them up quite a bit here.
So much so that they don't know where they're all leaning.
Yeah,
especially in that picture.
That's the inertial.
That's
the inertial dampeners.
I think everybody has it, but Brent Spiner. I think he didn't get the memo.
Riker's like, I'm just on the ground already, and I'm staying here.
Riker always falls on the ground though, and Worf is probably like God knows where now.
Yeah, Picard goes into the wall there.
But Tam is like so little, like you'd figure he'd fly across the room too, and he's still in the same place.
But after
the powers of his mind are keeping him in place.
Like he looks actually like he's sweating here, is he? Right? Like, or is that just
no? That's like the detail on the ugly shirt.
Oh, okay.
The shadows, but he's exhausted.
Yeah, he looks like he's had a day. He can barely sort of keep his eyes open, and whatever else. And it's a moment. Yeah, you're right. It's not sweat. It's just the frills. Okay. Anyway, sometime later, we see Jody and Riker talking again, like getting the Enterprise's engines and shields and everything else online again is going to be a time-consuming process. 20 hours with double shifts and everything else minimum, and they get the engines online first, in case they need to escape the supernova, or do they get the shields online first in case the Romulans show up and attack them? So these are the choices we have to make. So they set on shields first. After Tam's whole telepathic incident here, where he helped destroy a Romulan ship, he's in sick bay. Dr. Crusher has 2 scenes. Actually, I forgot she's in this scene too. And she's treating Tam, who had a rough one here with Gomtuu. But Picard, this is where Picard's like, I don't trust you. I can't. You're so involved. You're having telepathic contact with this alien and not disclosing that to me. That's not okay. There's this whole mission is getting very precarious. Picard also has a duty to protect his crew and everything else. Here, it's the first time he seems human in this episode. Who does?
That was from earlier when he was talking with Deanna.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're about behind.
Well, we see the vulnerability to Tam, right? Yeah, that's true. Anyway, so we see here that there's even the part where Tam is in contact with Gomtuu and is getting the backstory of what happened to it, that it was this creature that there were millions of them at one point. And they were from a different galaxy perhaps, and they had an organic crew of beings who all died from some kind of radiation exposure and this immense sadness. And I think the actor does a really good job of communicating all that here.
He's old.
He's old, so old, and it came here to die. And but now I'm talking to it, and now we're finding almost this purpose with each other. So I don't know. It works for me.
Me too. I think he sells it really well.
Mm-hmm.
That he really sells that Gomtuu is alive to me.
Yeah, and he's almost losing himself here in the whole the merging, if you will. Deanna has to snap him out of it because it's so encompassing, so drowning in a sense. You're losing yourself, Tam. He's like, it's okay. I got it. Anyway, Picard just scowling the whole meeting, mostly.
Picard's like, I don't like you.
Yeah, I'm really over this. I'm really over this whole thing. But it is what it is. We get back to
second scowl.
We get back to Jody fixing the ship. It's not
Russell. He keeps talking to Russell.
Yeah, Russell.
Russell.
They were really trying to make something out of Russell here. They reference
Russell's not even the guy next to him. He's the guy on the floor.
Yeah, Russell, he's like, hey, Russell
is the unsung hero of engineering.
Right. But next episode is Hollow Pursuits, right? So do you think you could have set up Barclay in this episode?
You could have, but Barclay sucks.
But he's gonna be in the next episode. Why not?
Sucks. Barclay sucks.
Yeah, because we'll see that Barclay gets a real uniform, unlike
Barclay
these two
doesn't
guys.
suck eventually, but he sucks at the beginning.
Even though Russell gets a name, he doesn't get a
he's
cool
even creepier
uniform.
than Jordy, which I didn't think.
He has to wear
possible.
But I thought it was hilarious that he wasn't even talking to the guy next to him. He was talking to Russell.
He's talking to Russell. Hey, Russell. You got it, boss. Okay. And then anyway, they're detecting the other Romulan ship that's coming on in. Barclay was still wrapping up an A-team. No, the A-team was long gone before this show,
was
right?
long gone, yeah.
Yeah.
That was done.
Mad Murdoch.
Yeah. He was doing conventions for the A-team. Anyway, the Romulans are coming. Worf, who doesn't have much to do in this episode. He's like, yes, you're right. The Romulans are coming, and they're decloaking anytime now. So we better get stuff back online. Then there's this scene that comes later on here in Captain Picard's ready room. It's with Deanna and the captain and Data, and they're basically he's talking about Tam, what they're going to do next. Do they send an away team over to Tin Man? Do they try to make contact here? Do they try to leave with the situation of the Romulans? Can he trust Tam? He's this powerful telepath, but he seems to be kind of
By the way, Ensign Russell. That was That was Carl David, just so you know.
David.
Carl.
Good
that
David.
was-
Yeah.
That was the actor.
My namesake, even though it's the last name. All right. So, all right. Anyway, but Deanna and Data are sticking up for Tam in this meeting. I think even Data challenges some of Picard's convictions on Tam. Am I remembering that correctly?
Hmm.
A couple, yeah.
I don't remember this conversation, actually. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me either. I'm trying
Well,
to
Data is trying to convince Picard to let Tam go over.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. And then he says, as long as I go with him,
Yeah. I can
Right.
go with him and make sure that he stays on track, basically.
Yeah, he can't read my mind. So I think maybe that's part of what Picard's concern is too. Like, anyway, so then the other Romulan ship shows up. It's, they decloak in and they don't fire. Picard is funny in this exchange here with this Romulan because he's like, "Hey, we're here on scientific research. Do you want to join up?" Like,
That's his MO though. He does that every time he's like not somewhere he's supposed to be. He's like, we were just looking for asteroids or astronomical phenomenon. You care to join us?
These are serious shoulder pads on this one.
yeah, he's
Yes.
going for it.
The Romulans are getting severe up in here. I love it.
Yeah, they're even shooting this guy from down below a little bit, just so that we
They're like,
really get
The 80s are not dead.
Mhm.
we get those shoulder like that ominous like sort of broad shouldered look here. He's very serious, quite the scowl. Another detail we haven't mentioned is that the Romulans claim this system and this sector is part of their empire. It's like, but the Federation doesn't really recognize that. But that's gonna
Hey, look at the Romulan icon behind them. It actually, the uniform really looks like that wing.
Oh yeah, and they have it like on their chest here. It's like the emblem.
Yeah,
is
it's
there
right in
as
the
well.
middle, yeah.
Oh, I don't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, these outfits they work better on the view screen than they did like when they had to be side by side.
Well, they couldn't get through doorways.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but a bird of a Romulan, whatever the hell they call them, are they
Warbird.
birds of prey? No,
Warbird.
Warbird. That's it. I'm almost positive a Warbird could take out the Enterprise. Like, it's like the highest class level of their ship, isn't it?
It's a pretty even Steven fight.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Actually, if anything, the Enterprise probably has a little bit of the advantage.
Picard is really cocky for a guy who's like facing somebody who could take him down.
Well, this guy doesn't look like he can take him down.
Well, and again, they're way out here. Like they're not near their respective borders really at all. So like they're not going to be able to call the cavalry per se, right? So it's just them out here. So anyway, the Romulans are like, screw off. We're gonna go talk to the alien. Don't you try it. We're gonna get the right of vengeance, I guess, because he killed our other ship.
Oh,
so
that's important.
Yeah, that's an important detail we forgot to mention. They're coming at this, so watch out. I always love this Romulan ship. It's such a gorgeous ship.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love it.
Anyway, so Picard's like, okay, well, things are getting more complicated.
Riker's trying to remember what his job is.
Riker's like, yeah, hold my tits.
My job is to like give Jody and Worf shit, basically, and tell them to do things.
It's like neither one of them are doing anything stupid right now, so I'll just sit here with my arms.
Well, he's basically like, Jody, fix the shields, not the engines, and then he tells Worf, like, is that a cloak ship? Yes. He goes, good. Okay, I did my job today. That's what Riker does.
Picard looks disgruntled this entire episode.
He is.
Yeah.
He's like, who the hell let this idiot Beta Z on?
He's like, I got to deal with these Romulans, but there's this alien here that he's really into, but he's also got to deal with this Tam Elbrun guy. It's not a great day for
Personally, I just think Picard hates all Betazoids.
Yeah.
Every time a Betazoid's on his ship, other than Deanna, he's not happy about it.
Nah, well, yeah, maybe. Well, he doesn't meet a lot of them, but it's.
Luxwana is enough.
Yeah. She's alive for everyone.
We love Luxana. Get on board.
Teardrop coconut.
Yeah, here we go. Here comes the Horgon. Is
it looks like a hedgehog.
Yeah, an armadillo. It's kind of there's a few kind of a potato. I don't know. There's a few different
That's a
things.
neat
you can go
design,
with.
though.
Like a sweet potato.
Like a
A
sweet
fiery
potato.
That's a
sweet
sweet
potato.
potato.
Yeah, kind of a football too. I don't know. It's like a Rorschach test, really, for what you want to see.
This is the USS Thanksgiving.
Anyway, so Data and Tam, they beam aboard. Now, this is the one part that confuses me because wasn't the Enterprise like further away, right, from the alien? Like they were never that close that they could beam over, right? But they seem to beam Tam and Data from pretty far away. It's just
Subspace or something.
All they had to do was turn it up. Like, it's normally at 9. They turned it to 10. It's fine.
all right. They turned that to 11.
That one's on 11.
Because they don't seem to get close. But no, whatever. Anyway, so then once Tam and Data come aboard, Tam gets flooded by the alien. Like it's like all its thoughts. It's million or however old it is. Like we're told, like thousands of years old.
So his proximity to the subject, I guess, affects him more.
Well, now that he's inside, it's definitely more intense. Yeah, he's getting more.
But also, the way I got it was that Gomtuu was just trying to give him everything, like all his thoughts at once, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Gomtuu, he's like, and then he's even here say like too much, like stop, and then he's like, but Data can't even talk to the Enterprise. The field's not allowing for that. But then all of a sudden, like Tam's like, oh, I'm good. I'm all like I'm cool.
He's like, finally, the Yoko Ono music has stopped.
He's good. He's chill. O'Brien is like, I've lost the lock on them, sir. I can't beam them back. So Picard's a little worried about that. But then all of a sudden the Romulans are hailing, or they're going to try to destroy Gomtuu. So it's a whole thing. Anyway, so we go back to Data and Tam. We see that Tam's able to like put his hand through the wall, like the structure of Gomtuu's inner thing here.
He should be careful, man. That could be its sex organ. He doesn't know.
Maybe
this could be sexual assault.
This could be a new marriage of sorts.
I like doing Data.
They might be married now. Yeah.
Then Data tries to do it and he can't. It's just like slapping against the wall there. I thought it was an interesting touch. He can't turn them on, I guess.
I mean, these cave walls are very vaginal.
Yeah, it's getting kind of sexual, eh? Or
it's getting kind of Encounter at Farpoint.
Yeah. There's the one part here where Data's like, oh yeah, there's like a room down the 20 meters down this way, and Tam's like, I know everything now. Yeah, I know. I'm with it.
He's like, they uploaded the directory in my head. It's fine. I know where I'm going now.
So that I don't know. For me, this scene goes on a little long because I'm just like, okay, explain things.
The whole episode, really, but yeah,
not the whole episode. I largely like the episode, but this part I was like explaining more. Then we see like Gomtuu creates a little fleshy chair from the floor, which is kind of still grosses me out.
Pretty impressive for 1990, by the way.
It was pretty, felt like it was like claymation almost.
It looks like paper mache with a glaze.
I do have I do know how this is created. I'll share with you.
Oh, good. We'll get to that in fun facts.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I'd want to sit in this particular chair. That's just me, but
it could be any height you wanted. It'd be great,
Yeah,
but he can probably sit into it and then form it to his body.
Oh yeah,
probably.
Trip would love it.
Trip would love that.
Trip would work on the chair all week. Anyway, the Romulans are like, screw off, Picard, stop following us. We're gonna go kill this thing. And Picard's like, we will die to protect that alien. Don't you mess around with us. And the Romulans are like, what? How? And the Romulans are kind of, Picard's calling their bluff a little bit here. But they are not gonna allow this to happen anyway. So
meanwhile, there's a star about to explode.
The star is about to explode, but Gomtuu doesn't want to die now. And
at least Gomtuu has windows.
Yeah. There's the whole scene
worse
here.
Than an aisle seat.
This is where Tam explains to Data, like, I'm not going back with you. I'm staying here forever. And, it's everything else. And then Gomtuu then blasts basically the Enterprise and the Romulan ship. I presume that the Romulan ship isn't destroyed.
So this is like a repelling device. Like it just bounces them away.
Bounces them away. Although
it would be great if the Romulan ship crashed in the Enterprise. That would have been something.
Yeah.
Well, they both
And
flew in different directions back. Yeah.
this one was weirder when they got knocked this time because they're like, whoa, it's like
Whoa, wait.
it's disorientating, but it's not quite knocking me to the ground.
What did you put into my Earl Grey?
Yeah.
Did I drop shrooms again?
This is my favorite screenshot of all of them, just for like the way that they're
It actually looks like Picard's kind of like being cool and chill.
yeah.
It's like, hey,
Anyway, the Enterprise moving along. It's crazy, and then all of a sudden they're at rest. They can sit in their chairs. They were some distance away from where they were. Anyway, which they to be fair, like this is like the third time they've been knocked like really far away by some other aliens. So like this is not exactly a new thing for them. There's Q did it, and like the Traveler did it, and I don't know.
yeah, they get knocked around at least once a season.
Yeah. Anyway, did Data die though? Did the star explode and Data die?
The star exploded.
Data, where are you? Did you know what? Tam Elbrun he's less concerned with. But then no.
Well, the funny thing is they pull this exact same shit in the next episode. But instead, it's at the beginning of the episode.
What's the next episode?
Oh, hey.
The one where
All pursuits.
Hello, it's Dropping Names is here.
Hey, drop
Hi.
names.
That's
Hi,
the Brent Spiner Jonathan Frakes podcast.
it is
Hello.
wonderful. Glad
Hello.
to see you. Love the podcast.
We're just checking out this episode. Anyway, Data's alive.
He
And
is.
hello to you.
Well, thank goodness.
Anyway, Data's okay, and then there's kind of like after this, there was this final scene here with Data and Troy, which where he was, I guess, talking about. Just wanted to drop in and say hi. Well, hello to you too.
Well, hello as well.
Here we're dropping names: Brent Spiner, Jonathan Frakes, two big ones. Assuming you're real.
Or their media person.
I'm going with that.
Or it's a clone. Whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
I believe. I want to believe. So
I want to believe too, Dave.
That's the wrong show, fellas.
It is. You're right. Troy and Data's final scene. Did you guys like this one?
Yeah, I think it wraps it up nicely.
all right.
I mean, we need to find peace for Tam. Tam's happy now. He's away from.
Tam's happy.
He's dead, technically. But...
Yeah, there's a nice little hug here with Data and Troy at the end of the
Oh,
episode.
yeah.
Troy's like, thank God I'll never have to talk to that guy again.
No. But you know what? Here, I think that Deanna looks. This was a genuine scene here. Like I feel like she actually showed that she respects Data and really sees him as a friend. Like I thought it was really well done.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was nice. It's a nice little cap on the episode. Instead of them being on the bridge and make it a joke like they normally would try, even up to this point, it was kind of a nice, sweeter ending. I thought. So, that is the end of the episode. So, I would love to hear more of the trivia, Adam, if you will.
Okay. Just bear with me here. I just want to set up myself up. Okay.
Well,
so
let's set it up. It's called Fun Facts with Adam.
Sexy fun facts with Adam.
Sexy fun
With your
facts
sexy host,
with
Adam.
Okay.
He might be overexposed, but he's also overexposed too.
I got all these bright lights around me. It's I gotta step back further. Okay. Listen, so the guy who played Tam, Harry Groner, he's actually not new to Star Trek. He was also on Voyager. Was it Voyager later? I'll come back to that.
I haven't looked that up.
He also apprenticed at the San Francisco City Ballet, sort of, with his statue.
Is that why you got those pants?
Maybe. Yeah. He's not new. Most recently, he was in Oppenheimer, actually, as a senator.
Oh.
Yeah. So not new to, but let me figure out when he also was in Star Trek, I think.
I'm looking that up right now.
All right, you can do that. Okay, let's move on.
He was on Voyager. He played an alien in the episode Sacred Ground. And then he was also in the two Enterprise episodes, Demons and Terra Prime, guys. We saw him in our Enterprise podcast. I never put it together. It was him, though.
No, I didn't either.
Here,
He's got a distinct look, for sure.
Let me just throw that on the screen here quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Him in Enterprise. But
he still has the poofy 80s hair.
He was still going with it, yeah. But he didn't have the
It was the
ballet.
2000s. We didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
We didn't know. We didn't know yet. Sorry.
So we didn't call out the sounds of Gomtuu, but how they were made.
Oh yeah, the sounds were. I like the sounds. Like it was kind of like.
And actually, that's one thing that I haven't actually talked about yet. But the music in this episode is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
It's very Star Wars. Funny enough,
right? So they were produced by having a stage crew member eat a large half of a pizza and sit quietly with microphones taped to his stomach to record the sounds of his digestive process.
That's amazing.
It sounded like a digestive process.
It totally did. Like when you say that, you go, "Oh my gosh, that was absolutely."
Yeah, it makes complete sense.
Heather, the growing chair, was created by reversing a time-lapse film of a wax chair melting.
Oh,
this is how things were done back in the day.
Practical effects, right?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. The episode was nominated by an Emmy for Outstanding Achievement in Special Visual Effects at the time.
Really?
Ooh.
For the wax chair?
I guess everything.
Probably not specific.
Listen, it was innovation, Dave. It was 1990.
All right. I just want to know
1990s. We didn't know what we were doing.
All right.
Right. So Tin Man was a derogatory name for Data in Skin of Evil.
Yes.
Right.
Given by Armis. And then Dr. Ira Graves, to know him was to love him. I also applied it to Data in the Schizoid Man.
Right.
More of a positive character, a context. The special effect used when Gomtuu defends itself is the same visual element as when V'ger explodes in the end of Star Trek The Motion Picture. So 10 years, more than that, 12 years later, they still use that.
Well, they had spent a lot of money on it for the big budget movie, so I suppose they were trying to get some mileage out of it.
Yeah. Well, why not, right?
Yeah.
This isn't the first episode of the Derricks class Romulan Warbirds. It was actually in the neutral zone in 1988, but is the first to refer to the class by name.
I like it.
Yeah. As I said before, 47, the number of casualties from the Garushtan battle. And
like at this point, they should start noticing that this 47 number is coming up too often. I think
they probably already do.
They'll only notice that in clues.
Yeah.
Okay. And then actually, let's go down to the Garushta disaster. The incident took place in the 24th century between the Federation, represented by Captain Darson, of the USS Adelphi, and the Garushtans. On a first contact mission with the Garushtans, a cultural misunderstanding between the crew of the Adelphi and the Garushtans resulted in the death of 47 crew members, including Captain Darson. Starfleet Board of Inquiry assigned blame to Darson for carelessness around the Garushtan cultural taboos. However, many privately, including White Riker, who lost friends from his class at Starfleet Academy, blamed Tam Elbrun for the disaster for not warning Darson of the danger.
Wow. So what? But that's kind of controversial, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, a little more on the Garustans. They're a species native to Garusta, of course. They have values that are very complex and differ greatly from the Federation values. Furthermore, they have a large number of cultural taboos that they were, I guess, weren't respected by Darson.
That Darson, what a controversial captain.
Yeah, I mean, it's too bad. But he was blamed, in post, after his death, which is not a good way to be remembered.
Right. And how did Tam survive?
Well, it was only 47. They don't say how many people were on board.
Fair enough.
There was one character error in the episode where Data says, "I'm puzzled," which is not somebody wasn't watching for that.
Oh, he used a contraction. It's not really Data. It's lore.
It's got to be lore.
No.
And then one, as I said earlier, a major character problem was the professional counselor ethics require that Troy not discuss the patients to others. Yeah.
Yeah, she just straight up was like, yeah, no, that's my patient. I used to treat him. He's,
He's a wacko.
Yeah, not only did she talk about being a patient, but what he was his problem for her. So anyway, Dave, I'll leave it there with the fun facts for tonight.
Well, thank you, Adam. That was great.
They were fun and factual.
They were fun and factual. I learned some things, and they were sexy. Not too sexy.
Perfect.
Actually,
just the right amount. Just the right amount for
I didn't
family.
want to bring it up. I'm getting a little sweaty.
You know. So anyway, let's get into our ratings and score of the episode, if you will. We are talking Tin Man. So what are we gonna do here, everyone? What are we thinking?
You got to clean up your Google Drive.
I know
80% of storage is being used, Dave.
I know who wants that on an update? Okay, I'll go first. Okay, it's no 9.5 for me. It's a decent enough episode. I think it's an 8. I think it's like that's where I'm going with it. Jody?
Yeah, I'm not that high. I'm doing like 7 max.
7.
Yeah.
All right.
Adam's back.
I lost
Heather or Adam's back. Let's go Adam first then.
I'm going to give this like 7.5. Like season 3 is very strong, so it's hard to know this one. Like because I don't. Anyway, 7.5 is good.
7.5. And Heather.
This is like a 6 for me.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
He said it was a skipper for you.
I almost went that low.
All right. Well, I'm the high point tonight. We are averaging a 7.1.
I guarantee you're not the high point.
Well,
I mean, never mind.
Anyway, so all we're saying here, everyone, is that this has a 7.1 average from the 4 of us, a 7.2 on IMDb, which means we're averaging a 7.15. So almost we'll round it up to 7.2. It's decent, but it's a bit of a drop here. We had such a run. Well, actually, we had a 7.8 in Allegiance, but it's been it's one of the lowest ratings we've had in a while.
Well, this season's just terrific. Like some really all-time episodes, especially the back half here, this run that we're in. Like, look at the rest of it. I don't remember Transfigurations very well from the title, but all the rest of them are great.
That's the episode with Beverly seeing the dead people, isn't it?
No, it's like they find this alien who's being pursued for being like he's evolving into this new life form basically, and he turns into a glowy guy. And
is that the guy that can like heal everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, I don't remember that one.
However, The Most Toys is a fantastic episode.
Oh, I
love that episode.
One in like my top 5 for sure.
I think of these next bunch of episodes we're doing, what is it, like about 6? I'd say probably Transfigurations is the low point of these, the weakest one.
Menage a Trois.
I like Menage a Trois.
I love it. It's so good.
I really like it a lot. Even it's got Ethan Phillips as a Ferengi, and it's got a lot of different great Ferengi characters. I don't know. It's fun. But speaking of which, next week we are doing Hollow Pursuits, everyone.
I am the goddess of empathy.
I am the goddess of empathy. And I'm excited for this one. I always liked this episode. This idea of like, what would somebody like, I guess, a little less heroic maybe than like the main characters do with a holodeck?
This is Lower Decks before Lower Decks.
Yeah, totally.
And I'm excited to talk about this one. I think Heather, you're on the panel next week. I'm not sure who else has signed up yet, but
I doubt I signed up for it.
No, you're maybe not the right fit for that one. But I always liked it. I always thought it was really fun. It gives the cast a bunch of fun things to do too.
That's true.
Just Wesley Crusher eating pudding or whatever he's doing in the corner.
Patrick Stewart do more of his English accents.
Like him doing like just these, just them in the holiday.
The one with the Three Musketeers, is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm here.
Jordy and Riker or the.
Hey Dave, can I give you my ratings for the last 2, please?
Oh sure. Let's do.
Bring it back up.
Bring it back up. Okay, Adam. Captain's
right,
Holiday.
Oh, Yeah, I give it 9 on that
Set
one.
course for intercourse.
9 point what?
9.
9.9?
No, 9.
Oh, 9. Okay.
I don't give point. Like I stay in the 5s.
I don't give points. You gave The Offspring a 9.8. Facts right there.
Right
Oh yeah, look at that. Damn. Okay.
This is on the list.
Allegiance 7.
0.0?
Yeah.
Oh man. All right.
Well, that one.
That's about right.
What happens in Allegiance? Is that the one where the captain gets kidnapped and he's with those 3 other aliens?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
thought
like
it
a 7
was
for
so
me.
boring that episode. It was just long.
What's it for you, Heather?
Like a 7.
Yeah. I really liked the episode, but I like almost all these episodes. Transfigurations, I won't give out a 9. I'm telling you that now.
Mm.
But it's more like a 6. But 6 for me is like almost as low as I go on most of these episodes moving forward. Anyway, matter of perspective while we're at it, everyone, if you want to give that is the one where Riker's on trial for having killed the guy. 7 out of 10.
It's like a 7.5 for me.
Yeah. And Adam, do you have an opinion of that episode?
Which one?
A matter of perspective.
Which one was that again? What? Tell me.
Where Riker's on
It's the one where
trial.
Riker's accused
Rapey
of
Riker.
Oh, that was a bad one too.
Rapey Riker. That's what it is.
Riker just pisses me off this whole season. Okay. I'm gonna give that a 7.
Frakes might have been the one that just came over here. We don't want to be making fun
So
of him.
just for the record, I like TNG the most. I'm averaging a 7.5. The rest of you are below that mark. So
What are you talking about? Am I?
only because of season 1. We love this season. This season's great.
actually, I'm averaging an 8.6 for season 3. That's how much I like season 3 now. I'm
An 8 is a very respectable mark.
You have an 8.1 yourself, Adam. Jody, even at 7.7, that's pretty good. So it's 5.5 for season 1, but that's all right. Anyway, that is our podcast for tonight. Happy Family Day again. Make sure to check out our other podcasts here on the channel. We just did an interview with Aaron Waltke, the former head writer of Star Trek Prodigy. Maybe still.
Yeah, I watched a bit of it. It was actually a really good interview.
Yeah, it was a great time. Jessica Chan and I did that together. So check that out. It was really insightful. Also, we are doing Star Trek Academy reviews every Thursday. Check out season 1, episode 7 coming up. Cozine. I'm not sure how to say this yet, but we always have a new episode.
Are you
There's
on
a K and apostrophe. It has something to do with the Klingon.
No, Jody and I have to curl again on Thursday, so it's yet again I have to be out.
Oh no, I have to miss Starfleet Academy.
So do we have Chris again? Or am I?
It would probably be Chris. Yeah, I have to figure out who's doing it, but I think probably be Chris. Heather, you catching up yet?
No, I'm not caught up. I've been very busy, as you can see by this face and this hair.
Looks great.
Well, get ready, Heather, because coming up soon, we are doing For All Mankind season 5 coming out in March. We will be
That's
covering
season
that
4's card, though.
I know, but this is the most
we don't
recent
have
episode.
a season 5 card yet.
We don't have a season 5 card yet, but we will.
I was gonna say I know the name of that episode.
So
They
is that
already
on
used that one?
27th? I thought that's a Friday. Eh?
Yeah, I think they're gonna. Well, so I will probably do it on the Mondays. But after I'm not sure because if the episodes are coming out on Fridays, I'm not sure I went unless they come out on Thursday and we can do them on Thursday. Well, I'll have to look at it.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
So, because because Friday means Thursday, whatever, etc.
Is it the final season for that show?
They haven't said. But
Oh, they haven't said yet. Okay.
I think they're gonna wait to see how this one does.
Well,
and then 3
Well-
years.
he's got to be older than dirt at this point.
Yeah, we know he's only in like a few of the episodes for season 5.
Yeah, I
Ed
know he's not a
Baldwin.
main character.
Yeah.
I hope they. Sorry, Heather, but I hope they kill him off in a really good, meaningful way. Like that needs.
I don't know. I saw the trailer, and the one thing I did notice was he was on Earth.
He's mowing the lawn in the middle of the night. That's how
Breaking
he-
phones, mowing lawns.
Breaking phone.
Well
No
into
phones
his
on Earth will be
120s.
safe.
They still have his Corvette from the old days.
Now it's worth more.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Well, I want to thank the whole panel for being us. Regrets from Justin Velociraptor.
Justin. Yeah. There you go.
And he's the indispensable man.
He's the indispensable man.
Exactly. And we'll be back here on Live Long and Podcast next time for Hollow Pursuits. Have a good one. And maybe just haul your ass from Starbase to Starbase going forward. See you next time, everyone.
Hey, Will. Will, you getting soft on board that luxury liner? Well, they send you Galaxy-class boys out here to the far reaches. Me, I just haul my butt back and forth between star bases.
He's an Uber driver.
Beam up some Star Trek content with Live Long and Podcast. A roundtable movie discussion with Hey, did you see this one? And take a peek into the darkness with Heard Noise, Must Investigate with Michael Chan. Watch us duke it out on trivial debates. And let's chat about TV with the Super Mario Brothers. It's all here on the United Federation of Podcasts.